The flooding in the town of Benton. Look at that street. I mean, it's just a river now that's encroaching upon people's yards and into their homes as well. And unfortunately, we are not done, especially with those smaller tributaries, the creeks, the streams. They tend to flood faster. And so we're still going to be dealing with the ongoing issues because it's still raining over some of these areas in Pennsylvania, right along the New York border, where Tevin was just talking about earlier. In Seneca County, we had a flash flood emergency. Bradford County was also under a flash flood emergency. So that's just one level up from a regular warning. That means it is a very dangerous situation. A lot of evacuations and numerous roads had to be closed as well. So as far as the river situation, again, the major rivers are still somewhat okay. As Tevin talked about earlier, Susquehanna coming back down, but you can see where we do have some minor flood reports on the gauges and also moderate flooding right here northeast of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So as we take a look at some gauges here, including at Harper Tavern, we've got the Swatara Creek. You may recall this is the same creek that overflowed its banks around the Hershey area. But you can see that we are about cresting at this point, or maybe coming down a little bit at 13.9 feet. Latest observation 12.88. So again, if we don't get any additional rainfall, that will certainly help. But unfortunately, the forecast is calling for more rain through this evening. Norristown, Pennsylvania, you can see our latest observation at 13.11. That crested at just over 15 feet. So again, we're coming back down. We never quite got into the purple, which of course is major, but we did see major flooding in many areas of the Northeast. So here's a look at our rainfall still to come. We could still see another 1 to 2 inches, and in some cases, Tevin, it may not take much to cause additional flooding.
All right, Kelly, well, not just the Northeast getting soaked, but even drought-stricken Texas has seen storms the past few days. But in some places, like here in Uvalde County, too much fell too fast, causing scenes like this. And today, storms are rumbling through the southern plains and the lower Mississippi Valley right now. In fact, there is a flash flood warning in effect for Beaver County, Oklahoma. That goes until 10:45 local time. But we want to highlight some of this area because they are under drought, especially once we get out towards southwest Oklahoma and into the Texas border there. Exceptional drought conditions right now, and even some spots of Arkansas into Missouri too. So the rain is beneficial, but the problem is when you get it all down at once. So some of these areas like near Tulsa, Oklahoma, say they could see 3 to 5 inches of rainfall over the next 12 to 24 hours, maybe 36 hours if some of those showers stick around. And here's where the flash flood watches are in effect today from northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville, Rogers, Bentonville, all the way down to Fort Smith in the Arkansas River Valley, and then back towards the west. So Tulsa down to Tahlequah, Oklahoma. These flash flood watches are in effect until tomorrow afternoon. So still a long way to go, Kelly. This is not a flood threat that will be over very quickly. Some of these storms that come down could come down and definitely cause a lot of concern on the roadways and some of the lower lying bridges there too. And there's a lot of tropical moisture coming in, and this is our surface-based system here. Cold front out towards the west, warm front towards the north, and there's a lot of lift or a lot of moisture that will be lifted out and wrung out in the atmosphere, not just in the southern plains, but also up into the Ohio Valley. So that's an area that might want to get teed up for some of those storms and some of the flash flood threat. We'll time this out for you in these southern portions of the United States. 10 o'clock this morning is the timing. You'll notice those storms continuing through 1 o'clock this afternoon, so the lunch hour for some spots along the Kansas and Oklahoma border, and then back into northwest Arkansas and north central Arkansas. Kelly, over to you.
Well, Tevin, we're seeing a lot of cases in which flooding is slowing down drivers on the highways, but it's also having a ripple effect at the airports. We've got your travel update coming up on Weather Center Live. Don't go away.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
Your she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shear?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Michelin Premier. Safe when new, safe when worn. We give every Honda ATV and side-by-side the technology you need to seize the day. Class-leading technology like automatic dual-clutch transmission, Exclusive to Honda, the DCT lets you ride in automatic mode or manual mode, so you get sporty off-road performance and workhorse muscle all in one. And now you can seize the day and seize the deals with factory-to-dealer incentives on the Honda ATV or Pioneer side-by-side you've been waiting for. It's all happening at the Honda 4-Wheel Clearance Event, going on now.
My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I take Metamucil every day. It naturally traps and removes the waste that weighs me down, so I feel lighter. Try Metamucil and begin to feel what lighter feels like. And try new Metamucil Fiber Thins, made with 100% natural psyllium fiber. A great tasting and easy way to start your day.
Land Rover, above and beyond.
Jardiance asked, when it comes to managing your type 2 diabetes, what matters to you? You got A1C, heart, diet, and exercise. Slide them up or slide them down. So let's see. For most of you, it's lower A1C, but only a few of you are thinking about your heart. Fact is, even though it helps to manage A1C, type 2 diabetes still increases your risk of a fatal heart attack or stroke. Jardiance is the only type 2 diabetes pill with a life-saving cardiovascular benefit for adults who have type 2 diabetes and heart disease, significantly reducing the risk of dying from a cardiovascular event and lowering A1C, along with diet and exercise.
This really changes things.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration. This may cause you to feel dizzy, faint, or lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, and trouble breathing. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of ketoacidosis or an allergic reaction. Symptoms of an allergic reaction include rash, swelling, and difficulty breathing or swallowing. Do not take Jardiance if you are on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Other side effects are sudden kidney problems, genital yeast infections, increased bad cholesterol, and urinary tract infections, which may be serious. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you have any medical conditions.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance and get to the heart of what matters.
Closed captioning brought to you by Fiber Choice, a daily prebiotic fiber supplement.
It's hard to get all the daily fiber we need from food alone. That's why I love Fiber Choice. With the fiber found in many fruits and vegetables. Fiber Choice, the #1 GE recommended chewable prebiotic fiber.
All right, new shocking video into the newsroom. That was a section of a motorway bridge collapsing today in Genoa, Italy. That bridge connects Italy to France. More than a dozen vehicles were on the section of the bridge when it collapsed, sending the cars and trucks on it more than 150 feet to the ground.
Wow, the Associated Press is reporting that the collapse killed 22 people, injured 8. Authorities suspect it was a structural weakness that actually caused the collapse, but police also say there was a violent storm ongoing there in Genoa, Italy as well. So again, just a horrible accident that occurred there overseas. All right, hello, welcome back to Weather Center Live. I'm meteorologist Kelly Cass.
And I'm meteorologist Tevin Wooten. We continue to following the flooding situation across the Northeast this morning. In fact, take a look at some of this video here. A strong line of storms dumped heavy rain on parts of Pennsylvania yesterday, causing flash flooding and prompting several water rescues. Rain has been falling in that area since Sunday, saturating the ground in many areas and increasing the likelihood for those flash floods. Downpours are expected to continue through tonight before clearing out tomorrow. And take a look at the video. Columbia County on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. That looks like a river raging through some of that road there. And then you can see the people, Kelly, in Havertown, Pennsylvania, just wading through the water, going home by home to rescue some of the people on boats there.
And Tevin, as you know, you and I were on the air this time yesterday morning when all the flood warnings were coming in for the Philadelphia area. Then we saw the axis of heavy rain shift a little bit more toward the north, and that put basically the New York State State Pennsylvania border at risk for dangerous flooding. For a time, we did have a flash flood emergency for Seneca County, New York, Bradford County, Pennsylvania, numerous evacuations and also streets closed across the area. So a flood emergency basically is one step up from a flash flood warning. But keep in mind, we still do have ongoing flash flood warnings in effect for parts of New York State from the Finger Lakes region through Binghamton, Broome County, Tioga County, and leading down into Pennsylvania as well. So we're not done yet with the chance for rainfall. We've got this dip in the jet stream. That's your unsettled weather. Not going anywhere thanks to that high pressure that's just blocking this from changing or moving out of the way. So with all that tropical moisture, we're going to continue to find the chance for showers and thunderstorms. And when we do see the rain, it could be very slow moving, or we could see training happening where you see the storms hit the same areas over and over again. And that basically led to the flooding that we saw this time yesterday. So thunderstorms associated with the next front tomorrow, but we will get a drier break in the action. So we will see more in the way of sunshine. We'll get a chance to finally dry out, and hopefully those who evacuated can get back and survey the damage. But again, be careful traveling. We do have airport delays, LaGuardia as well as Newark, anywhere from a half an hour to an hour. So check ahead. Tevin?
All right, Kelly, I know that break in the drier times will certainly be welcome. Well, since the 1st of June, 2 feet of rain have drenched eastern Pennsylvania. The ground is like a waterlogged sponge, and it simply cannot absorb any more. Any rain that does fall today could lead to more tension and high drama. Meteorologist Jen Carfagno reports.
This is in Chester County, just outside of Phoenixville.
Pickering Creek turns into a raging beast, trapping this boy.
There you go. They're trying to get him hooked up.
It took firefighters several attempts to get a dinghy in position. In the end, rescue was up to the boy.
Oh. They're pulling him back to shore.
Floodwaters kept crews busy all day.
Never has rained like this before, ever.
My house is underwater.
The National Guard got the disabled to safety in Port Carbon.
Move up. Keep going. Keep going up front.
Firefighters in Collingdale piled anxious kids into a boat. This spooked dog had to be carried to safety. Water charged down streets in Benton.
It's raining hard, and it just water kept rising, as here it comes.
Roads simply vanished. Parking lots became lakes. Vehicles nearly disappeared.
This is horrendous compared to Sandy.
This just came in so fast.
Decision time for drivers. Keep going.
They got fire engines here, a car stuck in the road. Unbelievable.
Or turn around. Plenty made the wrong decision.
Water came up and got stuck. There's a problem with the battery.
Then realized the mistake.
Definitely not the greatest idea.
A new respect for nature after a day of anxiety.
Makes you appreciate the power of water and how much water can come down. It's incredible.
All right, and all this rainfall impacting not only the roadways, but also the sky. Take a look at this. Our air travel is being impacted from LaGuardia all the way over to Boston. Definitely some delays likely, but also for Buffalo and down to Pittsburgh, too. Of course, they saw a lot of the heavier rainfall midday yesterday and into the afternoon. And then some of the cancellations as of this morning. So far, about 132 cancellations so far, the bulk of those between Boston, Philadelphia, and even some spots of JFK and Newark Airport, too. LaGuardia is seeing about 10 delays as well. Nationwide, there's 1,100 delays, 30-minute delays being reported at LaGuardia, none for JFK. Newark, 1 hour delays, so you definitely want to call ahead, check with your airline just to see if your flight's been canceled or delayed by an hour, or Kelly, some of these could be 3 hours.
Right. And this summer, the Weather Channel is on a mission to end hot car tragedies. Up next, the difference just a matter of minutes makes when you're stuck inside a hot car. In fact, I'm going to show you firsthand just how quickly things can heat up.
John Tyson's motto was, "When better chickens are hatched, we will hatch them." It's why all of the Tyson chicken that bears his name is raised with no antibiotics ever. Every nugget, strip, and drumstick. Keep it real. Keep it Tyson.
Baby boomers, here's something you should know. There's a serious virus out there that 1 in 30 boomers has, yet most don't even know it. A virus that's been almost forgotten. It's hepatitis C. Hep C can hide in the body for years without symptoms. Left untreated, it can lead to liver damage, even liver cancer. The only way to know if you have Hep C is to ask your healthcare provider for the simple blood test. If you have Hep C, it can be cured. For us, it's time to get tested. It's the only way to know for sure.
Bear presents Ordinary versus Overachiever. Bear Premium Plus. Bear through it all with the top-rated paint at a great price. Find it exclusively at the Home Depot.
Buy One, Take One is back at Olive Garden. Starting at just $12.99. Enjoy one of your favorites with us. And take one home for free. Buy one, take one for a limited time, only at Olive Garden.
Having my mom around to help with my daughter means the world to me, so I got her a smartphone. Amanda, I'm out front, honey. And she actually finds it easy to use. It's the Jitterbug Smart from Great Call. It's got one of the biggest, brightest screens, much bigger than most other smartphones. A simple menu list and voice typing make it easy for her to call, text, and email. And with the built-in 5-star app, I know she can always get help, even without me.
One touch of the 5-star app turns the Jitterbug into a personal safety device. In any unsafe or uncertain situation, you'll be immediately connected to a highly trained agent who can confirm your location, assess the situation, and get you the help you need.
Grandma, we finally won!
The easy-to-use Jitterbug Smart. Service starts as low as $17.48 a month. Available at Best Buy or Rite Aid.
Exclusively from Great Call.
Learn more at greatcall.com.
.50 school supplies all season long.
Let's do an ad of a man eating free waffles at Comfort Inn. They taste like victory because he always gets the lowest price on our rooms guaranteed when he books direct at choicehotels.com.
Or just say bada book, bada boom.
Book now at choicehotels.com.
A flash flood emergency earlier this morning in Seneca County, New York, as heavy downpours caused flash flooding. Reports of water over roadways and creeks spilling their banks. We're tracking more scattered storms throughout the day across the Northeast, but that video is incredible. I'm not sure if I just pull over, maybe exit at the nearest stop to get out on some of those heavy roadways, because that water is certainly making it looks like sheets of rain just coming down at times. And on the radar, you may see some sheets of rain coming down, especially near Rochester right now. Already starting to get some reports of extreme rainfall amounts coming up at about 2 inches at times in spots along the interstate here. And you can see why. There is certainly a heavy band moving through right now. This flash flood warning goes for the next 2 hours or so, but some of those yellows and greens, or yellows and deeper greens and darker oranges, that's going to be your severe or your stronger, heavier amounts of rain moving in. But then this area too near Ithaca and Elmira, those areas are under a flash flood warning until 3:45 this afternoon, and they might be a little bit on the dry side right now, but what we have here is this rotation or this cyclonic flow here that goes counterclockwise, and this is in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, but there's a lot of surface-based moisture being lifted into the atmosphere. So there's a lot to ring out in this system. So there's flash flood warnings likely being preemptive right now, but also from what's fallen yesterday, Kelly, anything that comes down right now will certainly exacerbate this situation.
Clouds, the rain can definitely hold temperatures down. You may think it's okay to leave somebody in the car when it's a little bit cooler outside, but unfortunately, that is simply not the case. So here at the Weather Channel, we're demonstrating just how dangerous it is when that happens. You can see the hot car deaths that we've had so far this year, and unfortunately, we're up over last year, and you can see the number totaling 33, where the highest outside temperature, 99 degrees, but look at that. 75 degrees outside. You think you're not going to heat up the car that quickly, but it really does heat up fast due to the shortwave radiation coming in from the sun and basically just being trapped inside of your vehicle. So it has nowhere else to go. Of course, you've got the upholstery, the dark upholstery in many cases too, all that aiding in heating up the car very, very quickly. Even with the windows cracked, the interior of your car can heat up so dangerously so, and you can see that that hot air gets trapped in the car, and if you have a little one, they're trapped in their car seat, they can't get out. Or your pet, you know, even if you're running errands, you think you're only going to be a few minutes. It's very dangerous because the outside temperature of 85 degrees quickly heats up into the triple digits, and that is when heat exhaustion begins to set in, and of course heat stroke, which can turn deadly. So as you take a look at some examples for you, this is our scorching car scale. You get an outside temperature of 90 in Seattle. That's hot for Seattle, by the way. It's definitely above average, but after just 10 minutes, we're up to 109 inside the car. After 30 minutes, 124. Denver, with temperatures in the mid-80s, it still heats up into the triple digits as well. And the number of hot car tragedies happening right now is a troubling situation. I actually got a chance to go out and see just how dangerous a hot vehicle can be. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's in the low 90s right now, plus a lot of humidity. I've got Flora Rhodes with Metro Atlanta here to monitor me and make sure everything is safe in this experiment. We are now a minute into this, and I'm already uncomfortable and starting to perspire quite a bit. We are 144.8 degrees now on the dash.
Your heart rate's up to 97?
97. 152 degrees after 5 minutes. I am just perspiring like crazy as my body trying to cool itself down, but the air is stifling. I mean, I can feel how thick it is. It's definitely getting a little bit more difficult to breathe.
When your body stops having the ability to cool itself, even if you're sweating, that's heat exhaustion when you have the headache, and that's kind of dangerous as well.
Oh.
You okay?
I feel lightheaded.
Okay. It's probably time for you to get out now.
Okay. 26 minutes. I can't take it anymore.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take you over to the
dizzy. So, you know, that's a controlled setting. I had a paramedic right outside the window.
Yeah.
I knew I could get out at any time. But for a young child, when they're strapped in the back seat, they have no choice.
A pet that might be left outside. And I know some of these cases, as you were just showing in the graphics there, the temperature outside was what, in the upper 70s?
70s, and it can heat up to the triple digits after
inside
just 10
the
minutes.
car. Yeah.
And there again is our scorching car scale. We're doing this to just kind of show everybody how dangerous it is, especially this time of year when there's a change in routine. Say it's not school, it's daycare. Then it's not daycare, it's school. So, you know, you just have to keep that in mind and just put something in the back seat to remind you that there's someone back there.
Yeah, you pointed out earlier, you don't need the cell phone in the front seat while you're driving. Put it in the back seat, maybe a teddy bear in the front seat to remind you in the back seat as well. And a friend actually of mine said that you should always take a picture of the back seat of the car before you get out. Granted, you'll have a lot of photos in your phone, but if you get in the habit of taking a photo, that puts you in the habit of looking in the back of the car.
Or just like wrap a ribbon around the rearview mirror or something like that. We just don't want to see any more fatalities when it comes to that. It's so preventable.
Yeah.
All right. Meantime, though, we are worried about the rain. Obviously, it's inevitable that we're going to see more flooding, unfortunately, with the kind of rain we're seeing.
Yeah, the Northeast hit hard yesterday. Still heavy rounds of rain coming for the Northeast and other parts across that area.
So Dr. Erica Navarro is going to join us and talk about, you know, the fact that we're going towards the peak of the hurricane season. It may not take much to cause some major problems out there. We'll be right back.
Preacher Week continues here on the Weather Channel. We're shaking the trees. Whoa, look, 1, 2. Green iguanas right into the canal here in the state of Florida. I'm Dave Malkoff. We'll take you for this wild ride coming up.
.50 school supplies all season long.
Update your floors with Empire Today's $50 sale. Buy one room, get floors for all other rooms for $50 each. So when you buy one room, it's only $50 for laminate in the kitchen, $50 for carpet in the bedroom, and $50 for hardwood in the office. There's no limit. Buy one room and it's $50 for floors in each additional room. Schedule now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even vengeful vermin. Not so cute when they're angry. And we covered it. Talk to Farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Don't waste your time and money at the chain store. They got the best auto parts. Brake parts, suspension parts, and dealer parts too. The website's so easy to use. The lowest prices and fast delivery too. All the parts your car will ever need. All the savvy folks are buying parts at rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com.
Running a business means I can't waste time, especially when I'm hiring. I used to pore over resumes, but now I post my jobs on Indeed. Their screener questions help me get to my shortlist, people with the qualifications I need, like 5 years experience. All saving me time that I get to put back into running my business. Hiring's better when you've got your shortlist. Learn how screener questions can save you time when you post your job on Indeed.
I just want to find a used car without getting ripped off.
Start at thenewcarfax.com.
Show me used trucks with great deals.
Pretty cool.
Show me the Carfax.
Start your used car search at theallnewcarfax.com.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-300-7112 or go to mesobook.com.
It's time to refinance your student loans. You can go to one lender and hope for a good rate, or a site with multiple lenders that give you rate guesstimates and sell your data, so you're swamped with sales calls. Don't gamble. Refinance at Credible.com and compare actual rates, not guesstimates, from top lenders without affecting your credit score. You could save on average $250 a month, and they never sell your data. Visit Credible.com before your next payment is due.
You can't stop storms from coming.
Cops knew that they were racing against the clock.
Given the weather conditions, the police knew that this was related.
Currently in our area, 72 degrees with rainy conditions. Today, heavy thunderstorms. High 82. Chance of rain 90%. Locally heavy rainfall possible. Tonight, thunderstorms early. Low 68. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 50%. Wednesday, morning showers. High 86. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Okay, so if you've ever been to South Florida, you've probably seen these prehistoric looking creatures, but really, they aren't exactly welcome.
Freaked me out for sure. Dave Malkoff tells us what they are and what's being done to curb them.